The Rick Shiels comeback saga has begun. Good has some huge news. We're going to talk about it all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, jumping right into it. So, last week, 10 days ago, Rick Shiels announced that he was signing with LIV. It was met with a lot of mixed emotions. The vocal, I don't know if it's minority, I'm assuming it's minority, but about, 15,000 people seemed unhappy with it, which matches up to about the 20,000 subscribers he lost over the last 2 weeks. Now, since then, he has released a new video this morning. As promised, Rick Shiels versus Jon Rahm and Brooks Koepka, which turned out to be Rick versus Jon Rahm for 9 holes and then Brooks Koepka for 9 holes. Now, I have not watched this video, but the response to it is what I want to talk about. So obviously, we knew that this was going to be, and this will be like a huge bonus of this LIV partnership, almost the real incentive from a content point of view to be able to do things like this. Now, Jon has gone on other channels smaller than Rick Shiels, so, the argument that this was the only way he would ever get Jon Rahm, I don't really think flies. But to get him in a setting like this, probably as common as this, meaning that he'll probably see him more throughout the year, is going to be a big benefit. But one of the things I thought was super interesting, the first 3 hours, 45,000 views, not surprising, 3.2K likes, but 416 comments, and I scrolled these comments decently quickly. I did not see a single negative comment. It was like all positive, which, again, you go back and look at that other video, 15,000 comments, you're hard pressed to find a positive comment. And this is a complete 180. So what I kind of think happened is, like, potentially the 15,000 people that commented on his last video all unsubscribed, and either they haven't watched this one or they're just like, well, it's a good video, so I'm not going to hate on this one for the sake of it. It could have been a lot of, like, jumping on that last one. Like, I don't know. I'm surprised by how much positivity has come to him on this one. And not because it's not a great video. It's a great video. I knew this was coming, but to see the complete 180, it's like, yeah, I mean, just weather the storm, I guess. He's definitely doing something that's very different than anyone else has done. But I think one of the things I reflected on over the last couple of weeks with Rick and this deal is that, like, Rick is also, he's different than everyone else. He's not just a normal YouTube channel. Like, he's been around forever, over a decade. He's the most subscribed to golf YouTube channel, and he has, like, a different level of, like, what he's trying to do probably and able to do with his brand. And this opportunity, it's like, it's beyond just YouTube golf. So I think it's cool, man. And I said it at the beginning of my first reaction video, 100 out of 100 times. If I was, what I'm assuming Rick was offered, if I was offered something similar, dollar value in comparison, I mean, you'd be silly not to take it. So, but anyways, I am excited to watch this video. I've only watched, like, the first tee shots of it. I wanted to hop on here and give you guys this video as soon as possible, but definitely liking what I'm seeing from this collab so far. I definitely know there's going to be videos that maybe I'm not going to be as excited about, like some of the 4-man scrambles, but I mean, it's not like I was watching every Rick Shiels video before, just like I don't watch every Brian Bros video, just like I don't watch every Grant Horvath video. Like, those are two of my favorite creators personally, and I still don't watch all their videos. So, when good videos come out, you'll watch them, and Rick's going to have a lot of videos that are really good that a lot of people are going to watch, and he's going to have videos that people aren't going to watch. They're probably going to be a lot of LIV, but, we'll see. He also did put out his podcast. We didn't actually touch on that last time because it came out, like, right after my video last Monday. I think I tagged it in the comment section. 70,000 views in 7 days. Mixed, I would say, comments. Like, it was, they addressed the issue sort of, but it also wasn't, like, I think it would have been better in, like, an interview style to have someone, like, asking Rick, like, really direct pointed questions and then have him reply. Because obviously it's like two people who are on the same side just kind of, like, talking about their own spin on it in a way. So I don't know. The comments were mixed. I think people were happy he put something out, but again, I think at the end of the day, it's like rubber hits the road. It's the videos, and when videos like this come out, people are going to be happy. People are going to be excited, and when other videos that aren't as good come out, people just aren't going to watch them. But that's just YouTube. That's just how this thing works. So, anyways, let's move on from Rick. But that is the update with Rick. Cool to see this first video come out. Excited to watch it. Now, good tease yesterday that they're going to have a massive announcement today at 12 p.m. When creators say massive announcements now, I always kind of take it with a grain of salt. But I mean, this one and the Rick one were two massive announcements that actually turned out to be pretty massive. This one is pretty massive. I definitely think this is cool. So what this is, Good is excited to announce that its acquisition of an ownership stake in the Los Angeles Golf Club, a founding franchise of the TGL. This move marks a significant step in Good's mission to grow the game of golf and bring fresh, engaging content to fans worldwide. By joining forces with the LA Golf Club, we are blending our digital-first approach with TGL's cutting-edge format to create a next-level golf experience. We can't wait to showcase this partnership through new content collaborations, competitive play that pushes the boundaries of sport. Stay tuned for more updates as we embark on this exciting journey with Los Angeles Golf Club and TGL. Okay, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this in a second, but one quick anecdote. Good has been releasing their Survivor Series, but before that, they had this TGL video that 1.1 million views, the first ever TGL YouTube golf match. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because Good hasn't been, racking in the million view videos recently. They've had a few, but it's not like that's a very high performing video for them. And to see it in a partnership with TGL, to me, just shows a bit of audience interest potentially in that. Now, obviously, this was like around the time of the first match, so it was still very new. Since then, like, so many creators have been invited out there and done stuff on either, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. This was one of the first, so it could relate in some of the hype, but I do think maybe the audience that TGL is trying to reach, a newer, younger audience, potentially, because I don't think it's the, 65-year-olds that sit down on Sunday and watch the Arnold Palmer Invitational are the same 65-year-olds that are going to watch, this, potentially. I think the goal of TGL is probably to bring a new audience into golf. And that is arguably what Good's whole mission statement is. It says right here, the move marks a significant step in Good's mission to grow the game of golf and bring fresh, engaging content to fans worldwide. Good has a obviously much younger skewing audience. So this partnership could potentially do a couple things. Number one, it could get, some eyeballs, some exposure on this golf club. It could get, this golf league, TGL, could get some young people coming and watching it. But more importantly, I think what it could do is it could maybe create some allegiances. And I think in order for a league to succeed, you have to have fans that are not just a fan of the sport, but are also fans of teams. I think that's why you see, classic American sports get so big, is because people will ride or die by their teams. They're huge fans of, whatever team it is in the NFL, the NBA, baseball, whatever, NHL, you can live and die by that team. You can get so invested in them. So maybe that's a bit of what this can do, because Good is partnering with them, because they'll probably get a ton of behind the scenes content with them, because they'll be able to have, some collaborations that show a bit more personalities and whatever it is. Integrating them into their content in some way will likely create not just interest in TGL, but an allegiance to a team. And there's that's real, man. If TGL wants to do, good by this model and bring people into golf and get people excited about it, I think more importantly than just having, good matches, you need to have people, and people who are engaged in this whole thing, you actually need people to care about the teams. And it's one thing to have a fan of Rory or a fan of Tiger, but if you can really create something where the people of Boston care about this Boston team, or the people of Florida care about this Jupiter team for the team themselves, I think that could be something that elevates this thing to a different level. And so it was interesting. I've watched some of the highlights of it. This match was, I think this was the more recent one. I don't know if this was this was the more recent one. That was Rory and Tiger, which was hype. Apparently, people enjoyed it a lot more. The first two were blowouts. This one, I guess, was a little bit closer. And so people enjoyed it a bit more. And I think I'll be interested to see how it goes. But moves like this, similar to what Liv is doing with Rick, engaging the creator community, engaging that new young audience, I think is a way to make this kind of thing exciting. Again, potentially drive some allegiance to teams, which again could be part of what this all does. So anyways, guys, that's the update. I think it's a really cool move. I think Good and Rick are interesting case studies, because they are both elevated brands in the space. Good has an apparel company that sponsors creators, that's sells and operates completely outside of the not completely outside, but you know what I mean. It's a separate thing, and they've built themselves up. They have these live events, they do whatever. Now they're sponsoring a professional golf team Rick Shiels signing with Liv with this big deal. Like, these are things that, you know, not all creators are doing, and it's because they have these brands. So to see these brands kind of shifting over and doing things other than just creating videos is cool, and it's ultimately good for the space and good for the community. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment your thoughts down below. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.